Okay. 2, test, test, test. Are you ready? Welcome to tonight's game against McBain JV against Pine River. I'm Bryce Hickam,
I'm Calvin McGillis.
and we will be announcing your game tonight.
As you guys know, I would believe, McBain and Pine River played earlier. The JV team did, and McBain won that game. 21-0.
Yeah.
So I bet the Ramblers are hoping to repeat history again, and we'll see if they can.
Looks like McBain will be kicking off, and Pine River will be receiving. Thomas Maloney looks like he will be kicking off for the Ramblers tonight.
Number 11 and number 5 will be deep. Number 5 is Jacob Holmes and Trevor and Charles for the Bucks. As Bryce said earlier, Thomas Maloney is off to kick the ball. Is an onside kick and is recovered by the Pine River Bucks.
Looks to be number 75.
That was a good job by 75, Paul Frater, from just jumping on the ball and not letting the Ramblers get the onside. I think McBain was just trying to get the ball real quick and maybe get a score, but hey, can't get them every time. They're in shotgun formation, Pine River is, and there's a false start on, we will see.
Flag on the play.
Looks like it's against the Ramblers. That will be an encroachment. That will be a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, that was just a good play by the Pine River Bucks. They were just able to do a hard count and start off the game that way.
Hunter Johnson is Pine River's quarterback. He's back in shotgun formation. Ball is snapped. Handed off to his running back, who gets met in the backfield for no gain. Actually, a loss of about 5 yards.
Yeah, that was a good play by the D-line, and I did see number 42, Austin Farron, for the Ramblers. He was a blitzing linebacker on that play, and he was able to make first contact on that play, looked like, from my angle at least, and just able to push him back in towards the line, the D-line, and they were just able to clean him up there.
That was a good job by the McBain Ramblers, just by their defense to get a stop like that, even though they had a bad first penalty, but to make up for it and play well. Hunter Johnson back for the snap. Jet motion towards him. Hand it off. Oh, pitch to the running back, who has no one and gets tackled by Jacob Hart eventually.
At about around the 35-yard line. That was a good play by the Bucks. They just faked everyone out on the field with that handoff and was able to pitch it out wide to number 5, Jericho Holmes. And he was just able to turn on the Jets there and just make it a ways up the field before he was met by a Rambler. That was a great tackle by Jacob Hart, just an open field tackle, knowing no one else was around, that he had to make that tackle.
I think that jet motion kind of messed up the Ramblers' defense right there, kind of confused them a little bit. Made the outside linebacker flow a little bit too far. But Hunter Johnson back for the snap. Ball is snapped. It is a pass. It is a pitch now. Ball is fumbled. And it does look like it's recovered by the Ramblers. That will be... Yeah.
Ramblers ball.
I do believe that was recovered by Damian Bonico. I don't know. There's Caleb Miller, Damian, and Jerry Burns. So that was a great job by all three of them to flow to the ball and get the ball.
That was a great play by whoever was there first. He realized that he might not be able to get the ball and that he had some teammates behind him, and he just hit the quarterback, so he wasn't able to grab the ball there. Eli Wilt under center for the Ramblers. Takes the snap, hands it off to number 24, Luke Hoydinga, up the middle, and he gets about 3 yards on the game before getting taken down by a herd of Bucks.
That was a great job by the Bucks and also like their defense not to get pushed back. And they really let the trap go last time, so it looks like they're trying to make that a big key factor right now. But that was also a good job by the Ramblers offensive line to get a good push.
Eli Wilt back under center. McBain in that T formation. Hands off to number 12, Aiden Cucci, who jump cuts up into the hole. And he's able to fight for about 2 yards on the play. That was a good job by Aiden. Just keep his legs moving, keep plowing.
Yeah, that's a good job by Aiden, like keeping his legs moving like Shorty said and fighting for extra yards. There wasn't much there, and he just took what he had. So that's a good job by him. But there's also a good job by some of the offensive linemen getting their blocks and stuff.
Eli Wilt still under center. Sticking to that T formation for McBain. Hand it off. Pass play to number 9, Brett Ealing. And I think it will be picked off by the Bucks. Bucks ball, great interception by the Bucks there off the tip. Good play by number 9, Hunter Johnson. Just sucks for the Ramblers, but that was a good play for the Bucks there.
It looked like it bounced right off of Brett Illing's hands. It was a little bit thrown behind him, but he tipped it right up for the defender to pick it off. But, hey, that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes you try doing a little bit too much. But that was a good try by him.
Yeah, that was a great try by Brett.
Hunter Johnson back in shotgun formation. Ball snapped. There's a quarterback foul. It looks like there was multiple holding calls. So the ball will probably be taken back, but it was also a really good run by Hunter Johnson.
That was a great run by Hunter Johnson. He was just able to, I think he got, without those flags, maybe about 25 yards on the play. And he was just able to keep his feet moving, and just no Rambler was able to take him down by himself. And it took about, I think, 6 or 7 of them to be able to take Hunter down. And that was just a great way to keep his feet moving, and he was just able to keep moving forward and just using his power to go through our Ramblers defense.
Also, if you guys might be wondering why we are playing on a Wednesday night, is because there's a shortage in refs, so that's why we're playing tonight instead of tomorrow night.
We about 1st and 20 for the Bucks.
Hunter Johnson back. There is a flag on the play, probably delay of game, I believe.
Delay of game or false start here.
Colton's clapping, so I'm assuming it's against Pine River, and yes, it is. Delay of game.
Delay of game for the Bucks. Still first down, but it brings up about first and a country mile. I think about 25 here. That's just a long ways to go, and it should help the McBain defense out, just having them have such a long place to go, and just should be able to keep pushing them back.
Hunter Johnson back for the snap. Is caught as a pass. He looks to his right. He gets sacked, though. That was a great job by Henry Boss for the first initial contact. He pushed the quarterback up in the pocket, and then I think Peyton and maybe another person filled up and made the good tackle.
That was a great play by the McBain D-line by itself, and the DBs, because they were just able to cover man-to-man, and they were just able to not have the quarterback be able to throw anywhere right away. And Henry Boss making the first initial contact, and Jerry Behrens being there to help clean up, and they were just able to sack them, and it's about 2nd and 25, 26.
Yeah, the Ramblers are in great field position for their defense. Hunter Johnson is back to get the snap.
I'd be thinking
Ball
pass,
snap.
pass.
It is a reverse, and he's getting chased by a bunch of Ramblers, and is eventually pushed out of bounds by number 42 for the Ramblers.
Austin Farron on that. And, that was a great play by the Bucks there. They were able to get about 5 yards on the play. I think they were expecting a little more out of it there, but our defense was just able to, they did all over shift. They ran over the play, and they were just able to recover and regroup and have them have a short gain instead of a super long gain, and just able to keep that long distance in order for them to...
It's still about, 3rd and 20?
Yeah.
So they got a long ways to go.
Yeah.
So
I'd be thinking pass here.
Number 9, Hunter Johnson, is jet motion across his face. It's probably a pass. Yep, it is a pass. He's looking deep. He got the guy wide open, and it is caught. I do believe he might be a little bit short.
I think he is short. That was a great play by the Bucks. Quarterback read that perfectly, threw it up, and he was just able to, the receiver was just able to come down with the ball, and he was able to make a big play for the Bucks there, and able to get that first down from about, 3rd and 20?
Yeah, that was a great job by the Pine River offense for executing on such a deep play and really getting a first down right there. Hunter Johnson back to get the snap. Ball snapped, is handed off to the running back, who's met right in the backfield for no gain, probably a loss of about 2.5 yards.
That's number 5, Jericho Holmes. And he was just met by the D-line, big old D-line, and he was just able to, the D-line was able to push him around a little bit, and that blitzing linebacker, Austin Farron, number 42, was able to just get in there, fill that hole, and make the tackle, and just able to clean it up.
He really had nowhere to go. Number 5 for Pine River, he just ran right into Austin Farron, and there's nothing you can do right there as a running back.
Yeah. I know those plays really suck.
Hunter Johnson back to get the snap. Ball snapped. It is a pass. It is a pitch. The ball is fumbled again. He almost gets tackled and tries to get as much yards as he can, but I do believe it's still about a loss of 5.
Met hard by number 9, Brett Ealing, just flying in there. That was a good job by Luke Honinga, too. He was just saw that it was a fumble and went for the ball. Just, I can't remember who was intended for the pitch there, but he was just able to pick it up really quickly and make sure the Ramblers didn't get it. And he did fight for, or try to get a few yards out of nothing there. And he was just met hard by Brett Ealing for a loss of about 4 yards. And that'll bring up about 3rd and 15 for the Bucks, and just a great position for the Ramblers defense here.
Yes. It is about 3rd and 15, so hopefully they can execute. The Ramblers defense can execute on here. Hunter Johnson back to get the snap. It does look like it is a pass. It is a pass. He's looking for a wide receiver, and it does look like it might get caught, but that was a great play by Jacob Hart for jumping up and blocking the ball.
Great play by Jacob Hart there. He was just able to, that was a great ball by the quarterback, but Jacob Hart was just able to get in there, and he jumped up and hit the ball away, made sure that the receivers weren't able to get it, and he elevated pretty high for that too.
Yeah.
And he was just able to make a good play on the ball. Great job reading the field, great job reading the wide receivers. And I just don't think the quarterback saw him there.
No, I don't think he did either. I mean, Jacob's a small guy. You'd think he'd be able to throw over him, but he got up vertical and jumped as high as he can to block the ball.
Looks like the Bucks will be punting.
Number 9 back to punt. It is a decent punt. Almost hits Aiden Cucci in the back of the head, but he gets lucky and it bounces the other way.
It was a great play by the Bucks. They just kicked it high and short and just made sure the Ramblers were not going to get the ball there. And brings up 1st and 10 for the Ramblers at about around the 26-yard line, I'd say.
Not bad field position for the Ramblers. Hopefully they can do something with it. Eli Wilt under center. Ball is fumbled, but is handed off to Luke Cunningham, who's met right away for no gain. And there's a bunch of Pine River Bucks right there.
Yeah, that was just not a great play for the Ramblers from the get-go, fumbled the snap. Luke Cunningham, great job trying to fight for all the yards he could get, trying to make something out of nothing. And he just got met hard by a bunch of Bucks at the line of scrimmage, and I think they did just push him back a little bit. But still not bad field position for the Ramblers.
Yes. They got 2 downs to get a 1st down. Eli Wilt is under center. Ball is fumbled again. Handed off to Caleb Miller. Has a little bit of room. Drags about 2 people with him. And that is about a gain of 5 yards.
Great job by Caleb Miller. Again, that snap was fumbled. Something's going on between that center and that quarterback there a little bit. Might want to figure that one out a little bit. But, hey, number 23, Caleb Miller, that's a name you hear a lot. Just on defense and offense. He's just a great all-around player in general. And he was just able to get the ball handed off to him, and he found a little seam and was able to take it, and again, drug 2 people with him there.
Eli Wilt for the snap. Ball is handed off to Luke Cunningham, who gets up the middle for about a 2-yard gain.
Great play by the Bucks there. They just all found the hole and all just seemed to fill that hole. Number 24, Luke Cunningham, was just a great job. He just was fighting for all the yards he could get. He thought he found a hole and he went for it, and just he didn't hesitate. He just went full 100% in there.
Yeah, this is a great job by Pine River's defense to get a stop right there. Caleb Miller to get the snap. Ball is not snapped all the way to him, but great punt by Caleb Miller. That's about a, 60-yard punt?
40, 60-yard punt, yeah.
That's a pretty good punt by Caleb Miller.
That's a great punt.
Ball down on the 27-yard
yeah,
line
it
by Jacob Hart.
was snap didn't look super great right away, and he was just able to pick it up, and he was just able to boot that sucker, as you guys can see.
Hunter Johnson back to get the snap. He quarterback countered the other way, and he is met by Caleb Miller in the backfield for no gain.
That was just a great play by Caleb Miller. He was just able to meet him, and I thought I was at a WWE SmackDown there just because he just threw him down right away. Yeah, it was just a great play. All the defense floated over there to him, and Miller was just able to be there first and make the first initial hit, and just a great hit. About like 6 inches on the gain there.
Hunter Johnson back to get the snap. Ball snapped to him. It is a quarterback run.
Handoff to number 11.
Oh. And he does not get brought down by a bunch of ramblers. It was a great job by number 11.
That was a great play by number 11. He was just able to had a wall of blockers and just able to keep following that upfield. And then at the end there, had a great stiff arm on number 12, Aiden Cucci. And he was just able to power forward for, like, I would say 3 more yards after that stiff arm.
That was a great job by number 11. Had his little inner Barry Sanders in him. Hunter Johnson back for the snap. It is handed off, but he was met in the backfield, but I'm pretty sure gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe about a loss of a couple inches, but that was a great job by number 5 to get up. Even getting hit way in the backfield, he still got to the line of scrimmage. Instead of being a 5-yard loss, it was a half-inch loss.
Yeah, and that was a great play by whoever got back there first. They were just able to make first initial contact, and then number 75, DJ Bonico, just able to use his size and his power to his advantage and just threw him down.
Yeah, once he grabs a hold of you, it's kind of hard to get away.
Yeah.
Number 5, Hunter Johnson. Ball snapped. Is a reverse. It does look like there's holding on the far side, but he does get back to the line of scrimmage until he's pushed out of bounds.
I think he got about a yard on the play there. But there is holding on the offense.
The carry number 89, Mason Bubo, brought down.
It does look like that holding was against Caleb Miller. Like, he was getting held by the outside wide receiver.
Yeah, and it did look like he grabbed a little bit of face mask there, too. I'm not in a great position to see that, but I just saw his head go sideways, so I don't know if that was him. But that was holding on the Bucks, and just a great play by Miller. He was just able to really explode off that and let the ref see that he was being held and didn't make a big scene about it. He was just able to get off his block still, made a play on the ball, and
tried his best.
Yeah, tried his best. And you see a bunch of these NFL people, like, they'll throw their hands up, what, that was holding or whatever. But you got to respect the refs. Yeah, play until the whistle. Just keep playing, and then afterwards maybe talk to the refs a little bit.
Hunter Johnson back for the snap. Ball snapped. It is a pass. He's looking deep. He has pressure. He almost gets tackled by Damian Bonico, but he's barely missed. But Jerry Burns makes sure he does not get any farther.
Number 1, Jerry Burns on the play. He was able to find the hole that the quarterback was, I think, eyeing. And, yeah, there was a bunch of people back there trying to get at him, and he was just able to get away from everybody else, and Jerry Burns tackled him.
That will be the end of the first quarter, and we'll see you in a second. All right, Pine River's ball. It is about 3rd and 15, so they got a little bit of a distance to go. They have made 2 big 3rd down completions, though, so we will see what they will do. I'm probably thinking pass if I'm the Ramblers. It is snapped to number 9. It is handed off to number 11, who cuts up the middle, but is tackled by Jerry Burns and number 42,
Number 11, Trevor Charles, brought down by number 1, Jerry Barron.
Austin Ferens. Sorry there. That was a great job by the Ramblers defense from flowing to the ball and making good, clean tackles.
Yeah, that was a great play. It's about 4th and about 1 now.
9.
4th and 9, sorry. Reading that wrong. And that was just a great play by the Ramblers there. I'd be thinking pass or punt maybe.
It does look like the Ramblers are more ready for a punt situation right now, so we'll see what will happen. Number 9, Hunter Johnson, back to punt the ball. There is something that happened. False start against the Pine River Bucks.
Move back 5 yards.
So I'll move the Pine River Bucks another 5 yards. That does help the Ramblers a little bit. Just say the guy punts kind of a bad punt, puts him in better field position. So we'll see what will happen.
False start on the Bucks. It'll be about 4th and 13 now.
So now you're really expecting punt. It's really hard to see them try to pass the ball right now.
Yeah.
Because if they don't complete it, they leave the Ramblers in really good field position. Ball snapped to Hunter Johnson. Pretty good, decent kick. Rolls to about the 20-yard line, I would say. Yep, the Ramblers will take the ball over at the 20-yard line. So we'll see what the Ramblers can do with it.
Great boot there by the Bucks. He was just able to kick that sucker, about 20 yards there?
That was about 40.
About 40 yards?
Yeah, it was just a good kick by him. It puts the Ramblers in not the greatest of field position, so holds them about 80 yards from their end zone.
Score is still 0-0, so let's see if McBain can
I do
put a
believe
score on the board here.
McBain hasn't had a first down yet, right? I think they went 3 and out both times.
I think so, yeah.
So they're probably really looking to get first down, play good. Ball snapped to Thomas Maloney. He rolls out, and
He's going to keep it himself.
He keeps it himself, and he gets about 15 yards, I'd say.
Quarterback keeper, number 7.
Yeah, that was a great play by Thomas Maloney. He just saw that he was getting some pressure there in the backfield, I would say. And he was just able to read his wide receivers, and they were all covered. And he was just able to roll out like Lamar Jackson and get a few 15 yards about.
Does look like the Ramblers did make a quarterback switch between Eli Wilt and Thomas Maloney. Thomas Maloney back to get snapped. Ball is snapped. It is a pass. He is sacked, though. He is thrown down to the ground, and that'll be a loss of about 5 yards.
Looked like number 5, Jericho Holmes, got to him. And that'll bring up about 2nd and 20. That was a great play by the Bucks. They were just able to, Jericho Holmes especially, he was just able to go out there or rush blitzing linebacker and just find a hole and found Thomas Maloney and just set his sights on him and powed him into the ground.
That was a great job by Jericho Holmes. Ball snapped. It is thrown, but it is thrown short, and that will be incomplete.
Yeah, that pass was just a little bit low there, but that was the right idea. He had 2 open receivers there, and I think it was just the pressure that got to him.
Thomas Maloney back to get the snap. Ball snapped. He looking for his wide receiver. Looks like he's going to take it and run and get about 5 yards, but he is thrown down by number 11.
Yeah, number 11 really just, that last, I think, play haunted him a little bit there, and that last quarterback sneak, and he was just there waiting on the outside for Tommy.
Yeah, so that'd make it about 4th and 15, so I'm assuming they're going to try punting the ball.
His Rambler offense still not able to get a first down.
Yeah, they are struggling right now. That is not very good for him.
Let's see if we can't have another good boot by Caleb Miller.
That
And
was-
it is
oh.
another pretty good boot. Keeps rolling and ends up about the 36-yard line of the Bucks. And that's about, I'd say, a 50-yard punt there.
Yeah, that was a good job by Caleb Miller. That was almost a great play by number 2 from Pine River. He jumped to try blocking the ball, and he was almost there. Probably missed it by a couple inches. But that's why they call this game
Football.
Yeah, football. Things happen. Dude, that just went on the ground. All right, Hunter Johnson, back to get the snap, I believe. Ball snapped. It is pitched to number 11, who breaks it outside, but gets tackled by number 1 and number 23.
Jerry Behrens and Caleb Miller on the play there. That was just a great play by them. They were about to force them out. They were outside of the play, and they were just able to push him back in, and he tried fighting through that little gap right there between them both, and they were just able to wrap him up and stop him at the line of scrimmage.
Ramblers defense is looking for a big stop right now. Hunter Johnson back to get the snap. Ball snapped. Handed off to number 11 again, who tries to break it outside, but it gets tackled by a bunch of Ramblers.
And hold your horses, folks, because there's a flag on the play.
I don't like holding my horses. They try to run
On the
away
carry,
from me.
number 11, Jordan Charles, brought down by number 9, Brent Ealing.
Looks like it might be holding on the play.
On the play.
Holding on the offense, yep. That'll bring up about 2nd and 20 for the Bucks. And just backing up about the 24, 25-yard line. And that brings up about 2nd and 20.
Yeah, that was a great job by whoever got held right there. He must have made it obvious so the ref could throw the flag, and just a great job by the Ramblers defense to kind of expose that, open it up a little bit. I do believe that's probably his, 3rd holding call
Probably.
on
Yeah.
the Pine River Bucks. So Hunter Johnson back to get the snap. Ball snapped to a pass. He's looking deep. He throws it deep, and it is dropped. Not really dropped, but that was a great coverage by Jagger Corliss.
Great play by Jagger Corliss there. He was just able to stay on his man, and when he saw the ball coming, he just jumped up and hit it right out of his hands. And that was just a great play by Jagger. He jumped up like Michael Jordan when he was in his prime and just able to finally get the ball out of there and had his defenders strapped in like a car seat.
Hunter Johnson back to get the snap. Single back right behind him. Ball snapped. It looks like it will be a pass, but he is almost sacked by Grayson. But eventually gets tackled by the whole front of McBain's defense.
That's
On the carry, number 9, Hunter Johnson.
That was a great job by their defense by just keep on moving. I mean, even though Grayson missed him, he in the backfield, he still chased him down and tried making a tackle.
Yeah, and it did look like he ended up in that tackle there for the Ramblers there. But that was a great play by Grayson. Just put pressure on him, made the quarterback run. But the quarterback just ended up running the wrong way and just ran into the Ramblers D-line there. Short punt on the play. Darius thinking about picking it up and just runs away from it.
Punt is down at the 44-yard line by Jericho Holmes. Ramblers take over first down and 10 from their own 44-yard line.
not the greatest punt for Pine River, so the Ramblers have excellent field position, and hopefully they can capitalize off it. They have not got a first down yet, and that is not a good way to start the game. We are almost to this halftime. So hopefully they can figure something out on the offensive end. I know it's hard for the defense to keep on coming back and not really getting a good break or rest at all because you're having to go right back on defense.
Snap is fumbled, and it looks like it is recovered by Pine River.
It is recovered by Pine River, and that's just big mistakes like this kills your momentum. The Ramblers' offense is just really struggling. They're not doing a very good job at all on both sides. I mean, not on both sides of the ball, but on the offensive side of the ball. They really need to figure something out.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there, Calvin. I think they just need to, the quarterback and the center need to figure out how they're going to fix that situation in this half or at halftime.
Hunter Johnson back for the snap. Is handed off to number 11, who breaks it outside for a pretty good gain. Gets about 7-8 yards on the play.
Yeah, it was a great play by Hunter Johnson. He was just able to run outside. He had blockers out there, and he just followed his box the entire way and was just able to get about 7 yards on the play. And I'd say that was a pretty good gain for the Bucks there. And they're just marching into Rambler territory now.
Yeah, they got excellent field position. They have to try to capitalize off it. That's a very good play to start their drive. Hey. Hunter Johnson back to get the snap. Ball snap. He throws it to his running back who rolls out, who's going to get a first down, I believe. Yes. But then eventually... Oh, wow. He got a pretty big gain on the play.
Hold your horses. There's another flag on the play. I think it will be taunting or unsportsmanlike because the refs did not like what they heard. Looks like it was unsportsmanlike on Pine River, and it brings up about second and about 10 on the play. But that just takes away the big run play there for number 11, and he was just, that has to suck for them. But my correction, it's about 1st and 10 for the Bucks here.
That's just big mistakes that the Bucks can't really afford right now. I mean, they had great field position there. I mean, they were at the 20-yard line, and those little mental mistakes and errors like that are terrible for you.
Oh, yeah.
Hunter Johnson back to get the snap.
Takes the snap.
Is a quarterback foul. He gets grabbed by Jerry Burns and eventually thrown down to the ground.
And it looked like Jerry Burns just had a hand on him and was just able to use some of his momentum and just able to throw him down. And it looks like the quarterback might be hurting a little bit here.
Yeah, they're really relying on him heavily right now and trying to really run the ball with him a lot, which,
yeah.
I mean, that's never easy on your quarterback. That can get him hurt very easily and stuff like that. But the Pine River Bucks did call a timeout, so we'll be back in a minute.
Yep.
Hot dogs from Eagles, Kelly's Pizza, Chicken Bacon Ranch.
Does look like they're in a wildcat formation right now. Quarterback must have got hurt. Handed off to number 11, who tries to break it outside. There, it looks like it was holding, but Jagger fought off the holding and eventually made the tackle.
And the ref does have a better view of the field than we do. And he must not have thought it was holding because there is no flags on the play. But that was just a great play by Jagger. Fought off his block and just able to make that big play there. Stopped him at the line of scrimmage and bringing up about 3rd and 10.
It will be about 3rd and 10, so the Bucks are looking for a pretty big play right now. If I was the Ramblers, I'm going to think maybe an outside run. They've had good success on that, or maybe a deep pass.
Yeah, I'd expect pass here.
Hunter Johnson back for the snap. Ball is snapped. He is met almost in the backfield, but it does look like it's picked off, and it will be picked off by Jagger Corliss.
Picked off by Jagger Corliss. Way to get up there, little guy. He just floated in the air for a second, and he was just able to take that concentration and just took it in. And looks like he wasn't quite able to get his footing on the ground and fell. But that should be a big momentum changer for the Ramblers here.
The Ramblers get the ball at the 20-yard line. They have to do something with it before halftime. They'll give them great momentum going into halftime. They need to look for a score right now. That is the only thing that should be on their mind right now, is scoring the ball. Does look like the Ramblers are going in T, but only with the 2 back. Oh, never mind. There will be 3 of them back there. They move Caleb Miller back to running back, and pretty good gain right now, fighting for extra yards. And that is about a gain of, I believe, 5.
I'd say about 5, yeah. And that was a great play by Caleb Miller. He was just able to, I saw the hole from up here.
Yeah, that was a great hole.
That was a great hole. And they were just, the linebackers and corners and safeties were just able to fill that hole quicker than I think Miller was expecting. But he still made a great play out of it and was just able to get about 6 yards on the play.
Thomas Maloney under center. Ball snapped. Is handed off to Aiden Cucci, I believe, for about a gain of nothing.
Yeah, maybe a loss of a little bit, but that was just a great play by the Pine River Bucks. They were just able to fill in the hole, and they were just able to just tackle him right away and make a good play.
Thomas Maloney under center. Does look like the Pine River Bucks do false start. So that will give them close to a first down. So it'll be about 3rd and inches, I believe. I don't think that will be a complete first down. It'll be really close.
That'll be 5-yard penalty. Still be 3rd down, 3rd and 1 now.
False start on Aiden, Aiden from the Bucks there, and he was just able to. The hard count got to him a little bit. I think he was just ready to fire off the ball and fired off a little too soon. Bringing up about 3rd and 1 for the Ramblers, and that'll bring about, that's way better field position than 3rd and 6.
Thomas Maloney will be under center. Ball's fumbled, it believes, but Caleb Miller gets up the middle for about 5 yards.
And hold your horses, folks.
Oh, fumble on the play?
Flag on the play, but the refs are ruling them down.
On the carry, number 23, Caleb Miller, should be enough for a first down, but there is a flag on the play.
There's a bunch of things that just happened there.
I couldn't really see with that big mass of people right there.
All I seen is the ball pop out. I seen a flag get on the play. I just don't know what really happened. It's kind of hard to see. Personal foul, face mask against the Pine River Bucks.
That'll be 15 yards.
Move the ball up another 15 yards.
And that should be a big momentum changer there for the Ramblers. Miller's just running hard and making good plays.
1st and 10 for the Ramblers.
This puts the Ramblers in even better field position. They have the ball at the 50-yard line with about about 2 minutes left, so it's a good time to score. Thomas Maloney under center. handed off. Oh, it is a pass.
Pass play.
Ball is thrown. It is caught by Darius. He is up the shoot, and I do believe that might be a touchdown or close to it. Nope. He had stopped at about the 12-yard line.
Yeah, he was just whoever that wide receiver wasn't able quite to get a good block on number 9 there, and he was just able to get past him, and Darius had a stiff arm in there. But if there was a better block there, I think that would have been a Rambler touchdown. And like I said, these plays, little plays, the face mask, this has all just been a big momentum changer for the Ramblers, and they've been able to just start
Chipping away.
Yeah, it's like a ticking time bomb, and they're going to
You
explode
can't
at
make
any
so
time.
many mistakes at a time. Thomas Maloney under center is handed off to Caleb Miller, who gets up the middle and gets eventually tackled for about a 5-yard gain. But like we were going back to, I mean, there's certain plays in this game, flags you cannot have. The Pine River Bucks had great field position, great everything, and then they had a big penalty on them, brought them back, and then they couldn't do anything after that. Those big momentum changes are not good for your team.
Yeah, just putting Pine River Bucks into a little bit of a rut here. And there is a timeout for the Bucks. Maybe they thought they could slow down their momentum a little bit here.
Yes. But we will be back in a minute. Thomas Maloney will be under center. It'll be a second and about 5. Ball snapped, handed off to Caleb Miller. He gets up the middle, and he's fighting for a touchdown, and that will be a touchdown.
Touchdown, McBain Ramblers. That was a great play by Caleb Miller. Just able to fight his way past Buck defenders, Pine River defenders, and just able to keep driving. And he lurched the ball forward for that for the touchdown line, and just able to get the ball across that line, and just great job. He was just moving
Looked like a train.
Yeah, just like a train, straight on tracks and just plowing through anything that's in its way.
Trains don't plow, shorty.
They truck.
Yeah, they truck. Snap, handed off to Caleb Miller again for the 2-point conversion, and it will be good.
Caleb Miller up the middle for 2 points.
That's a great job by the Ramblers offense, just picking up momentum and taking it with them.
That's what we were talking about at the beginning of this drive. This is a very important drive. They needed to score before halftime, get that momentum going, get that score, and without that, this is a complete different game.
Yeah, that's a complete different game. It's a complete different offense than I saw in this first part of the second quarter.
18 minutes?
Yeah.
Not 18 minutes, but that was pretty much a terrible. We're not gonna lie to you. That's terrible offense for the first.
First, I'd say maybe
15 minutes.
8 to 18 minutes, yeah.
Which that's just a poor job by the Ramblers, by everyone. You can't really blame it on anyone. The offensive line, the quarterbacks with their mistakes. Just certain things that weren't going well for them. Which, sometimes that happens, and sometimes you just have to grow up, but you have to move on.
Yeah, you got to become a man.
And these little mistakes eventually, as you've seen for Pine River, those little mistakes eventually turned into something really bad.
Yeah.
So Thomas Maloney will be kicking the ball for the Ramblers, and number 5 and number 11 will be deep for the Pine River Bucks.
Charles and number 5, Jericho Holmes.
They did try for an onside the first time, so we'll see what they try this time.
Yeah. I think. Ooh.
I think they're going to
Excuse
kick
me.
it deep
Yeah.
because the Pine River Bucks have moved up really close and they're leaving their back corners wide open.
Yeah. I say kick it deep. Have your fastest people out on gunners and shoot down there and scoop up that ball. And just like you said, Calvin, their corners are wide open, and you just put it perfectly, bounce to about the 5-yard line, and we have McBain people down there unblocked. Jericho Holmes, number 5, carrying the ball, able to bring it up to about the 25, and that was a great job by Jericho Holmes. Just bounced back to the 5-yard line and was able to put his foot in the ground, cut back and back and forth, and just able to find those little holes and sneak through.
Yeah, at the beginning of that play, I mean, that was a great kick by Thomas Maloney. You would have figured maybe, get a good tackle at the 5-yard line, but hey, sometimes you can't get the tackle right there. But that was a great job by the Ramblers kickoff to just form to the ball. Even though a couple guys missed, they still kept on trying to fight and get a good tackle.
Yeah, and that was a good boot by Tommy Maloney, and he's just a freshman.
Hunter Johnson, I believe, back at quarterback. Must be feeling a little bit better. It will be a pass, and he almost gets sacked. The ball is thrown. It is almost picked, and then
picked off. Great concentration by number 2, Aiden Nichols there, and he was just able to find that. Like, Brett Ewing had it in his hands. He hit it out, and he was just able to catch it and had good concentration and find it for a gain of about 3 yards. About 23 seconds left on the clock.
Hunter Johnson back for the snap. Ramblers do look like they bring it, and they get pressure, but they do not. Oh, they do get the sack eventually, and that will be Jerry Burns.
Jerry Burns on the play. And he was just able to get back there and hit the quarterback and just take him down quickly. And that'll be a timeout for McBain here with about 5 seconds left in the half. And I'd say I, as a Pine River Bucks person, would be looking to take the long shot, go deep, and just able to try and score before halftime.
Hunter Johnson, it is a 2-back formation with him. Ball snapped. It is thrown deep. It is tipped up and knocked off of Colton's hands for an incomplete pass.
That was a great job by Colton Haverkamp and Aiden Pucci on the coverage. And Colton just wasn't able to get his hands fully on the ball, and it just bounced right out of his hands.
Yeah, it was a great job by the defense playing that kind of soft coverage, getting back deep, making sure no big plays happen. Hunter Johnson back to get snapped. Ball snapped. It is pitch number 5, and it does look like he's going to throw it. Throws it deep. It is caught, but it will not matter. That will be the end of the first half.
Yeah, that was a great throw by Jericho Holmes. Though
Yeah, that was
he
a
was
dime from like 30
Yeah,
yards
and
away.
he was running too, like Patrick Mahomes there, and he was just able to get it down to him, and that was a pretty good throw, and just unable to convert for the touchdown there. But that does add a few stats for the
Quarterback.
quarterback
I mean,
and
that
the wide
quarterback.
receiver.
Yeah. But we will be back in about.
13, 15 minutes.
All right.
Welcome back to the game of JV McBain Ramblers versus JV Pine River Bucks.
Pine River will be kicking the ball off to the McBain Ramblers. And hopefully the Ramblers can repeat what they did right before halftime. Go get a touchdown, go get a score. Caleb Miller and Jacob Hart will be deep for the Ramblers. Does look like the Ramblers are trying to protect their inside gaps the best. Oh my God, get the ball. That was almost recovered by Pine River. I don't think it was a little bit more of a confusion by the players.
Yeah, that was just bad communication by the players, and that was just almost a great job, or a great play for Pine River. I just would have gotten the ball back in great field position.
Yes. Eli Wilt is back at quarterback. Ball snapped, handed off, is fumbled right away and recovered by Aiden Cucci.
Play recovered by number 12, Aiden Cucci. That'll make it 2nd down and 13 for the
Brings up 2nd and 13. I don't know what's really going on with this McBain offense here. There's been quite a bit of fumbles tonight. But
I really have to believe it's between the quarterback. I mean, not to say the quarterback, but like something's going on between the quarterback and the center and the running backs.
Yeah, we're not saying it is the quarterback's fault.
There's like not a good connection, I guess.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to say.
Eli Wilt back under center, handed off to Caleb Miller, up the middle, makes a play. Makes a move, but gets tackled eventually. That is about a, 10, 15-yard gain? That's about a 10-yard gain.
About a 10-yard gain. But that was just a great job. He hit that hole super fast, super strong, and just cut outside. Just unlucky by Miller and just able to hit that last defender standing. That's a great play by Miller, though. Way to keep his feet moving and stuff.
Ball is snapped, handed off to Caleb Miller again, who fights for extra yards, but I believe does not get the first down.
No, it looks like about a yard, 2 yards gain there, which is pretty good. I would go for it here if I was the Ramblers, because I'm not too far into our territory. I am in our territory.
And the defense is playing pretty good, I guess.
And the defense is, playing pretty good. But I think I'd give it to Caleb Miller and have him shoot right up the gut on that trap play.
It's only 2 yards, so hopefully you just tell the offensive line, go get your blocks, and we're getting 2 yards.
Yeah, and they are going for it.
Eli Wilt handed off to Caleb Miller, and he definitely gets first down and a couple extra yards.
Yeah, like I said, they're going to expect an outside or a pass play on that probably. And they just went right up the middle and able to get a first down and more. And now you're even in the Pine River Bucks territory. You're starting to march your way into that territory there.
Another thing, when you go on like a 4th down, they're bringing everything they got most of the time. So if you even get a little bit of a hole, you usually have about 8 yards before you're going to meet the next defender, because they brought everyone to every other hole, and you just got lucky, and there's a hole right there.
Yeah, except for that safety there.
Eli Wilt under center, handed off to Aiden Cucci, who gets about 3 yards before he gets tackled. There's a flag on the play.
Hold your horses, folks. There's a flag on the play.
Can't hold your horses. They weigh way too much.
There's a flag on the play.
I'm just saying.
Looks like it will be holding on the offense. I think that will be the first call of holding for the Ramblers offense there.
Mark it back from the spot of the foul.
Eli Wilt is under center. Is about first and 20. Ball snapped, handed off to Caleb Miller, who gets tackled right away at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looks like maybe about a yard of a gain there, but great play by the Pine River Bucks. They were just able to fill all those holes and find Caleb Miller super fast, and they were just able to. I don't really know the word for it, but they were just able to be there quickly and stop them right away.
Just making a heads-up play, moving quick.
Yeah.
Pine River's defense has honestly played really well. I mean, the Ramblers' offensive line is usually doing pretty good, and tonight they have really struggled. Eli Wilt is under center, Hand it off to Aiden Cucci, who breaks it outside, gets decent yards, fighting for extra yards, and eventually gets tackled by a bunch of Bucks. That's a great job by Aiden Cucci by breaking it outside, getting good yards. I think the only problem with Aiden right now is that like he really needs to, like, as a coaching point right now, is like he needs to look up the field and right away instead of like trying to break it more outside. If he already got to the outside, he just needs to start making it upfield, running north and south instead of east to west.
Yeah.
Eli Wilt is under center. Hand it off to Brett Ealing, who gets tackled at the line of scrimmage right away.
Yeah, he maybe got about a yard of the play, and I think the hole was there for a split second because you could see that
Miller and
Caleb Miller was able to get up and try and block someone else. But I think those edges just collapsed super fast, and maybe the hole got filled behind Miller, and he just wasn't able to get a solid block on one of them.
Number 9, Brett
it does look
Ely.
like the Ramblers will be going for it.
4th down and 12 for the Ramblers.
4th down and 12 for the Ramblers. Ball is snapped, handed off to Caleb Miller, who hits a hole real hard, and he's fighting for extra yards, but does not make it. He's about 4 yards short.
I think that was a great play call by the Ramblers to go for it because you
What
are
are you going to lose?
Yeah, what are you going to lose? You're on the other side of the 50. You're not on your territory. And if you do get a good run, good play, you could get a first down. But even if you don't, you're just backing the Bucks up farther back.
Not say
so
wasting more time, but you're getting less time off.
You're getting less time off. The Bucks don't have as much time to run their offense now. And you're pushed them farther back into your own territory.
Yeah, they still got what is that, 60 yards to go?
Yeah, 60 yards to go.
So even if they would have not punted it, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Hunter Johnson back for the snap. It's handed off to number 11, who breaks it outside and gets about 5 yards.
Yeah, that was a great play. Great blocking there. You could see that one of the Bucks wide receivers were out there blocking the corner, and he was just able to read his block and bounce to the outside. And whoever was on that block was able to fight off. But I think also a corner or the safety there was able to swipe the legs, and then that corner was able to go over top and hit him really hard.
Yeah, it was just good job by everyone, really.
Yeah, and especially for the Pine River just to get that yardage starting to get going.
Hunter Johnson is back at quarterback, looking for the snap. Ball snapped. Is handed off to number 11 again, who gets chased down. Oh, he breaks it open a little bit. Stiffs arm a kid. He might go all the way, folks. Oh, he is eventually.
Finally gets chased down by Brett Ealing, but there is a flag back by the line of scrimmage. And I'm going to guess it's a holding call, which is really going to suck for that number 11 there because his run just got called back and he still doesn't get the
ref
yardage.
is waving back, so I believe that will be a holding call.
Yeah, and that really sucks because he doesn't get the rushing yards for his stats, and it doesn't help his team out. That just kind of brought him backwards. They had
another
momentum
thing.
growing.
Yeah, momentum thing. That's a thing we've been talking about a lot tonight. Like, you really think about it. I mean, you get the ball at what? He ran it to the 15-yard line.
Yeah.
I mean, all you're thinking about is scoring. But instead, you go back to what? You're 35 if it's a 10-yard flag.
Yeah, and he was going to be super excited. He was probably getting up super excited and seeing his teammates, and they were all just down, and then saw the ref and saw it was a flag, and that just dropped his attitude too, I guarantee it.
Yeah, it kind of like just crushes the souls of most people.
Yeah.
Just
Those big plays, and then all of a sudden for the running backs, and just one little mistake by the lineman, and it brings it all the way back. I'd say what? He was at the 15, and now he's at the 32-yard line.
About
so
40 yards.
About
50.
40, 50 yards back from where they could have been.
I mean, they're thinking about scoring, but now they can't even. I mean, they're thinking about just getting a first down now.
Yeah, second and about 20.
Hunter Johnson back for the snap. Handed off to, quarterback keep, but she is tackled in the backfield. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage, but if he did, not for much yards.
I think he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that was a great play by the Ramblers defense, putting pressure on the quarterback, making him decide which way he wanted to go. And that gave time for the linebackers in the corners to just come in there and fill up those holes, and just able to finally hit him.
It is about third and 16, 17 yards?
Yeah, I'd say.
Hunter Johnson is back at quarterback. Oh, false start on the Ramblers.
And that's going to stink
a big
for
mistake.
the Ramblers, yeah.
Ramblers, that would be a 5-yard.
And I guarantee that he's beating himself up right
They'll
now
now
for
make
that.
it third down.
This just makes it a little bit more manageable for the Pine River. I mean,
And 13
a third
Bucks.
and 18 third down is really hard to complete, but even like a third and 13 right now, but it's a lot easier than a third and 18.
Yeah.
Hunter Johnson, back at quarterback. Ball snap. It is a pass to the running back, who
Jericho
gets
Holmes.
tackled by 57, Maxwell Grames. That was a great job by him.
Yeah,
Complete
he was just
pass
able
by
to
Jericho Holmes,
get back.
brought down by number
He's even a D
57.
lineman, and he was able to fight off his block, come out, speed up fast, and just able to hit him hard. And he only probably got, what, 2 yards on the play?
Yeah, that was just a great job by Maxwell.
Yeah. Great play by a lineman.
That's what, not giving up in the play. Just keep on working, keep on working, keep on working.
Yeah.
It does look like the Pine River Bucks will punt the ball. Number 9, Hunter Johnson, back to punt the ball. It is punted. It did look like he was going to run it there for a second, but that was a really good punt. It looks like it's going to go to about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, that was a really good boot, and I just don't think Caleb Miller was expecting that because you saw him just standing there at about
The 30.
30-yard punt range, and he just booted it, and it rolled all the way back to the 10. That was a great punt by the Bucks because now it's really poor field position, not the greatest for the Ramblers, and they have to fight out of that. And let's see, I'm really curious to see if their momentum will carry over to this drive and see if they can't either get really far into the Bucks territory or even score a touchdown here.
Yeah. So hopefully the McBain Ramblers can do something right now. Ball's handed off to Caleb Miller. There is a hole. He might break free. He's trying to break free, but he eventually gets brought down. That's a great gain. Probably about a gain of 15.
Yeah, that was a big hole on the play. And I could see it up here. And it does look like he is hurting a little bit. But I think it might just be a cramp or something. But that was a great hole by the lineman. Great job by Miller. And if I say that one guy did not hold on with his hand, with his jersey, that he would have broke free for easily a 90-yard touchdown there.
Yeah, that's not, if he would have broke free, he was gone. Because Caleb Miller is a very fast kid.
Yeah. He's too busy running away from, he is originally from Alaska, so he's probably too busy running away from grizzly bears up there.
I don't blame him.
He's got to be super
Those
fast.
things are scary.
Yeah, those things are scary. He is able to walk off the field under his own power. I think it was just a cramp. Looks like his jersey was torn a little bit there.
Ball is handed off to Aiden Cucci, who breaks it outside and gets about, I can't really tell how much yards he got.
I'd say about 2 or 3 there, Calvin.
Good gain.
Yeah, that was a really good gain.
7, Eli Smith.
And yeah, that was just a great play by Aiden Cucci. Tried to bounce it outside, but those Pine River Bucks were just there waiting for him.
Second down
And
and 7.
I think this momentum will continue to maybe carry over, even without Caleb Miller, who is a very crucial part to the offense and defense here. But I think that Luke Whittingham might be able to carry that over with him. Luke Whittingham there on the carry, and he gets about a yard on the play. Just great play by the Bucks there, and just brought down right about the line of scrimmage, and he was just able to fight for that extra yard there.
7 for the Ramblers.
This makes it a little bit more manageable for the Ramblers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still about 3rd and 6. Eli Wilt is under center. Oh, there's a flag on the play. I'm going to assume delay a game.
I'm going to assume delay of game, yeah.
Legal
And that's
procedure against
a legal
Ramblers.
procedure on the play, and I think that's about a 5-yard penalty, so that'll bring up 3rd and 11 for McBain.
Yeah, that does not help the Ramblers at all.
No. This
no,
momentum is slowly starting to stop here.
Yeah, you can't have mistakes like that. Those are big mistakes. Eli Wilt under center. Does look like the Bucks are going to bring a lot of people. Eli
Throws
gets it
the
off.
ball.
Is caught by Darius, who fights for a first down, I believe.
And it looks like he was able to get across that line. And that's going to help bring that momentum back because Darius he even jumped over the defender for the ball. And he was just able to convert the first down. And that's a great play. Just awesome by Eli Wilt because he threw it and got hit at the same time there.
Yeah, that's just a great job by Eli Wilt. Great throw, and also a great catch by Darius. I mean, it was kind of underthrown, but also Eli Wilt did get hit during the throw, so, I mean, doesn't surprise me that it was underthrown. But it's just a good focus by Darius to catch the ball. Eli Wilt under center, handed off to Aiden Cucci, cuts it up the middle, fighting for extra yards, and probably gets about 4 or 5 yards right there.
Yeah, that was a great play by Aiden Cucci, and he was just able. It didn't look like there was a big hole there, and he was just able to, even if there's a little hole, he hit that hard, and he hit it going 100%, and his legs just kept it chugging, and he was able to get about 4 or 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, it's just a great job by even all the running backs tonight. They've kind of tried hitting the holes as hard as they can. Even if they're not there, you just hit them hard.
Yeah,
And sometimes stuff will happen.
Yeah, because sometimes the linemen don't have the hole there, but as soon as you hit them, there's a hole open.
Eli Wilt, hands it off to Luke Cunningham, who gets about 4-yard gain, I believe.
Yeah, I'd say that was about 4-yard gain, bringing up 3rd and about 1 left to go. And I'm just thinking maybe right up the gut again or hand it off to Aiden Cucci on the outside.
All you're trying to get is 1 yard, so you just work for that, get that 1 yard, and don't worry about it.
At least 1 yard, yeah. If you can break it free, break it free.
Eli will be under center again. Oh, it's fumbled on the play, but it's handed off to Luke Cunningham, who gets about 4 yards.
4 yards on the play, and like you said, he only needed 1, and he was able to fight for that 1 yard and was able to get extra, and brought down by number 81, Travis, and he was just able to get a first down for the Ramblers. And they're on about their own 49, which is not too bad a field position from where they started on their own 10.
Yeah, but another thing, just that quarterback and the center combination tonight, it's not been very good. That's another fumble. They just got lucky that the defense wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Eli Wilt is under center. Ball is handed off to Brett Ealing, and he fights to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he finally gets hit at the line of scrimmage, but able to bring up or run for about 2 more yards on the play, and just finally brought down by the Bucks defense.
At the end of 3 quarters, your Ramblers 8.
That will be the end of the 3rd quarter. McBain will be up 8-0. Eli Wilt will be under center. It's about 2nd and 8. Ball snapped, handed off to Luke Cunningham, who hits the hole pretty hard and does look like he gets about a 3-yard or 4-yard gain.
Yeah, and that was a great job by Luke because there was a hole on the play, but I think it was closing fast and he was just able to hit it super hard and get about that 4-yard gain on the play. And it took about 2-3 defenders for him to finally go down.
Yeah, it's just a good job by, Luke Cunningham and fighting for the extra yards. Headed on off to Brett Aileen, who breaks up the center, trucks a kid, but is eventually tackled by that guy.
Yeah, and that was a great play by Brett. Hit the hole hard, lowered his shoulder, and just ran over a kid and able to fight for the extra yardage there, bringing up a first down for the McBain Ramblers.
They're just the Ramblers just chugging away, just slowly fighting, slowly getting more yards, you know?
Yeah.
Eli Wilt under center. Snapped. Handed off to Luke Cunningham, who hits the hole real hard.
And
He might be all the way, and he is gone, I believe. Yes, that will be a touchdown. Luke Cunningham for about a, 40-yard touchdown?
Yeah, 40-yard touchdown. He hit that hole, and as soon as he saw the green grass, he hit the nitro button and just kicked it in, just able to score and just he ran like he was on fire.
He ran like Forrest Gump.
Yeah, he
No one
ran
was
like
catching
Forrest
him.
Gump. And that was just a great play by Forrest and the McBain offensive line for creating that hole for Luke.
I ain't going to lie. I really thought Luke fumbled it right there. The cornerback for Pine River ripped for that ball, and it kind of looked like he might have even got the ball. But then next thing you know, Luke just keeps on running. And he was gone.
And he was gone, yeah.
Eli Wilt under center. Ball is handed off to Brett Aileen. That will be an easy 2-point conversion.
Easy 2-point conversion. Just ran out on the outside. No, didn't even get touched until he was in the end zone.
He was able to walk right in there, no problem at all for that touchdown.
Yeah.
And 2-point conversion.
Yeah, and like I said again, this momentum has just...
It's all about momentum.
Yeah, it's just...
The
They
Ramblers
got
had-
slowed down a little bit, but then they got the boulder to start rolling
Yes.
again.
The Ramblers really haven't had any momentum. That first, 22 minutes of the game?
Yeah.
There's zero momentum, zero cheering on the sidelines. And really, when you're out there, that cheering might help. It helps a lot of people. It gives you...
Yeah.
It kind of gives you a drive, I guess.
When I play, I feel the energy from the stands, from our players, and that just helps me play a whole lot better.
Yeah, and I also think the Ramblers might have came in this game thinking they were going to win easily because, they did win by 24 points last time. That mindset can trick you, like, oh, this might be an easy game just because we're going against Pine River or we're going against a team we already beat.
That happened with us in Roscommon. A lot of people thought it was going to be an easy game, and they came out fighting, and we were just struggling a little bit at first, but we were able to come back and actually win that game.
Yeah.
Back deep for the box, number 11, Trevor Charles, number 5.
Thomas Maloney will be off to kick the ball. It does look like the Pine River Bucks did move back a little bit after Tommy booted that one.
Oh, yeah, they moved back about 10, 15 yards here.
They were on the 20, now they're at about the
9
9
10,
yard.
the 9, yeah. Another
Thomas with a kick. Pretty
big
good boot.
Bounced right by the defender.
Ooh.
Number 22, Jacob
Fumble
Hart.
on the play.
Fumble on the play.
It was
Recovered
recovered.
by McBain.
Jerry Burns with the recovery. That was a great job.
That was a great job. I don't know what happened there, but I think whoever was tackling him got a hand in there, able to hit the ball out. And Jerry Burns was just there and able to recover the ball. And this is great field position for the
Momentum. We've been talking about it all night long.
all night long. And it's perfect field position right where you would want to start at about the 11-yard line for your offense to go out and eventually probably score again here with that help of the momentum.
If not, you're going to put the Pine River in very bad field position.
Yeah.
They got... we're just looking to score now.
Yeah.
Hand it off
Hand
to Luke Cunningham, and
he hit the hole pretty hard, got bounced around a little bit there, got turned sideways, looked like, and he got about 4 or 5 yards on the play. But that was still he was great, hard running, and just able to hit that hole and I think he made that defender pay for tackling him. He just hit him super hard.
that also was a good job by the defender for filling the hole nice and quick. Instead of just waiting for him to get there, he got up there, filled the hole, and made a good tackle. Eli Wilt is under center. Ball is handed off to Brett Ealing, who trips up, but he might have got a couple extra yards.
He gets about 3 yards on the play.
On the carry, number
And
9,
he, yeah, like you said, I think he just tripped up on that line out there, the turf
Third down
monster
and
there.
5.
Yeah, the turf monster kind of just grabbed his foot and he fell right on his face.
That sometimes gets you out there.
Eli Wilt is under center. Handed off to Brett Ealing again, who gets up the hole, and
He's fighting, man.
he has to be close to a first down. Yeah, he's really close to a first down. If anything, the Ramblers are going for it because it's at the 2-yard line, 3-yard line.
Like we were trying to say earlier, football is a game
On
of
the
inches
carry,
here.
Number 9, Brett
Yes.
Ealing.
We messed that saying up earlier, but we got it this time.
Yeah,
Good
we got
job,
it this
Shorty.
time. But it's about 4th and 1. I say
For the Rams.
Go for it.
run it right up the middle. Yeah, I wouldn't kick a field goal here because, A, you have a very big chance of getting the first down, let alone a touchdown.
And we've been averaging good yards.
Yeah, we've been averaging great yards. And if you don't get it,
It does look like they're really. Biden River looks like they're bringing the house.
yeah, but if you don't get it, the Bucks
Oh, it does
are
look like
in
he does
bad
get it.
field
It
position.
might even got a
And
touchdown.
it's a touchdown by Aiden Cucci right up the middle, really big hole. I could see it up here. That was just a great play by the O-line and Aiden Cucci. Just saw the hole, cut back, and was in for the 6 points.
Yeah, Aiden Cucci did a very good job right there. I mean, he does look kind of slow. Like he's not slow, but he like moves slow. He just looks slow, but he's actually a pretty
He's
quick kid.
Pretty quick kid, yeah. But he was just, I think he was just trying to read to find a hole there at that point, and he found one and just hit it and cut up the middle and got
Eli
the
Wilt
touchdown.
under center. Ball's handed off. Oh, does it pass? Wide open, Aiden Cucci catches the ball, and that will be a 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion by Aiden Cucci, and that's an easy 8 points for Aiden Cucci right there.
Score is now 24.
Like
Talk
we
about
said again,
momentum.
momentum. It's the key to football.
I mean, when they scored 2 touchdowns in about, what,
about
2 minutes?
2-3 minutes, yeah. And before, they could not get a first down the first 21 minutes of the game. They could not get a first down. And now look at it. They're getting 2 touchdowns in a matter of 3 minutes.
Yes. Thomas Maloney out to kick the ball.
I would like a repeat of what just happened.
Yes, me too.
Looks like Pine River still has their guys backed up to about the 10-yard line. And by the way, Thomas has been booting it recently. I would be getting farther back there too.
Bet Tommy's trying to kick a deep ball again, or maybe try to find one of these holes.
I'd say try and find one of these holes, have your gunners out, and just sprinting off the ball and see if we can't recover that ball.
He does kick it pretty far. It might go out of bounds. Nope, it is in bounds. He's tackled by a bunch of Ramblers. There's a flag on the play, though. Probably against the Ramblers, maybe a face mask.
I'm thinking face mask, yeah. Or maybe holding on the
On the return,
Bucks.
number 11, Trevor Charles brought down by number 74, Grayson Guernsey.
And that's a good play by number 74, Grayson Guernsey. And he's just a freshman flying down the field, making the first contact and holding him for the rest of the players to come and clean him up.
It's just a great job by the kickoff team, too, because they all flowed to the ball. They all knew their job. The Gunners did their job. They flew down there. Number 22, Jacob Hart, tried making a good tackle. He kept them inside, though. He didn't let them break outside. And that just, I mean, if you push your guy inside, there's almost 3 more other guys right there to make the tackle.
Oh, yeah. There was a bunch of Ramblers there just ready for a big hit.
They wave out the flag. There will be no penalty on that
No
play.
penalty on the
So
play.
Bucks lead first down.
So it'll be about 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line, 25-yard line. Decent field position for the Bucks. Now let's see if this momentum for the Ramblers carries over to their defense. Time out on the play. Ramblers, timeout.
Timeout, Ramblers.
Number 9, Hunter Johnson, will be back at quarterback for the Pine River Bucks.
Motion away.
It is a quarterback keep, but looks like there's a little bit of miscommunication between the running back and the quarterback. They kind of ran into each other, causing it to be loss of gain on the play.
Yeah, I just think it was a big miscommunication there. I don't think the running back knew what was quite happening there. And tackled by number 24, Luke Whittiga. He's been showing up tonight. He's been flying around the whole field and just able to make some plays.
Ramblers' defense has actually been exceptionally well tonight.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the one thing that the Ramblers have done well tonight. I mean,
this whole season.
yeah, their defense has been there, and they've done a pretty good job. Number 9, Hunter Johnson. Ball is snapped at a quarterback keep to the outside. He breaks it outside. He does get good yards, but eventually gets tackled by Jacob Hart and a bunch of Ramblers also to flow into the ball.
Yeah, and you can see there's a bunch of D linemen.
Oh,
over
someone
there, like
is down on the play.
Kason Pollington and Logan Overman, and people were all just over there ready to help clean up the tackle.
Does look like it's Jerry Behrens.
Might just be a stomach injury.
The carry.
Okay. He is getting up. Coach is nearby, but it does look like he is walking off on his own power. Might just be knee
kind
or
of a
ankle
cramp. Kind
injury.
of looks like a cramp because they did give him a water bottle right away, and that's usually kind of
a sign that
a
it
sign
can be
that,
cramp.
Yeah, he has a cramp. Cramps suck. They happen all the time.
Yeah.
Tonight was a hot night to play football compared to the last couple nights.
And I just don't think the boys have been drinking enough water.
I mean, they are used to playing on Thursday night
Yeah.
instead of a Wednesday night. Kind of unexpected for them. I don't think they really knew they were playing this Wednesday until about last Sunday. So, I mean, that's kind of unexpected a little bit.
Yeah.
Number 7, I believe, for Pine River is at quarterback.
Looks like linebacker blitz.
Is a pass. It is picked off by number 20, Skyler, who makes a guy miss, makes another guy miss, and eventually gets tackled at the line of scrimmage.
I think he got back. Yeah, he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was just a great play. He just stayed put, stayed home, and was just able to. The quarterback basically just threw it right to him, right in his hands. And Skyler is one of the smaller players out on the field. I don't know if he saw him, But that was just a great play by Skylar. And like we said earlier,
It was
multiple
actually-
times, momentum, momentum, momentum.
It was actually a really good pass by the quarterback, but as you look earlier in the play, the wide receiver tripped on, I think, one of the cornerbacks. They kind of ran into each other, collided a little bit, and he tripped. And as a quarterback, you're kind of throwing it to where the wide receiver is going to
Yeah.
be. And if that happened, you're going to throw it right to the safety.
Yeah.
Ball's fumbled again.
Picked up by Brett Ealing, trying to make something out of nothing, but ends up getting hit
Thrown to
pretty
the ground.
hard in the backfield. Lost about 9 yards. And like we said earlier, again, there's something between the quarterback and the center that's not quite clicking right now.
They are in really good field position. It'd be nice to see another score or even just to kind of run the clock a little bit.
Yeah, about 6 minutes left in this half. In the game.
Eli Wilt talking to his running backs, making sure they know the play. Eli Wilt under center. Hand it off to Luke Cunningham, who might be gone for another. Never mind.
He just
Gets
was
tackled
able
by
to-
the last defender. He was almost gone.
You could see him changing gears there too.
Yeah, he was
He
hit
was
that
just
hole
hit
real
that
hard.
hole real hard, and then even kept accelerating and hit the hole super hard, and just able to keep his legs moving, keep them turning, keep that engine going, and just able to get up. And that defender was just barely able to grab him and throw him to the ground.
Eli Wilt under center. Ball is in. Oh, that's Thomas Maloney, my bad. Jacob Hart gets the ball and gets about 2 yards, I believe.
Yeah.
On the carry,
And
number
not a
22,
very bad
Jacob
carry
Hart.
because you don't really see Jacob Hart back in the backfield.
No.
This is one of his first times, I think,
I
appearing in
think
backfield.
that's the first time I've ever seen him at running back.
Yeah, and he's a freshman, so he may not quite understand the plays fully, and he just doesn't have that experience under his belt of JV football yet, or high school football.
Thomas Maloney under center. Ball snapped, handed off to Luke Cunningham, who might be gone for another touchdown, and what? Yeah, he is gone for a
Yeah,
touchdown.
he is gone
I'm
for a
sorry,
touchdown.
he kind of jogged in the
Yeah,
end
he was
zone.
just jogging, like, there was just such a big hole, he just jogged into the touchdown. He didn't even need to,
My
like,
bad,
gear
folks.
change or anything. That was just,
That
I
was
was
a
really
weird-
confused at first, too, because I was just like, is there a flag on the play? Was there a late whistle? Like, I didn't
No,
really
he just
hear.
walked right
yeah,
into
he
the
just
end zone.
was able, like the red carpet, just able to walk right into the end
Additional
zone.
extra point holder will be number 3, Colton Haberkamp.
Looks like they will be kicking a field goal here.
Colton will be holding for the Ramblers. Thomas Maloney for the kick. Ball is snapped. Good kick, and it will be good.
Right through the uprights.
And good.
It is
That was a-
good.
That is a great kick by the freshman. And like we said earlier, momentum, momentum, momentum. They were just able to keep rolling. It carried over on defense, and the defense started doing really good, and then changed right over into offense, and they were able to score another touchdown.
Number 9, Hunter
Number
Johnson.
7, Thomas Maloney to kick off the ball again.
Number 5, Jericho Holmes.
If I was kind of the Ramblers, maybe, I don't know, kick it as deep as I can. I don't know.
I
Just
kick
let-
it as deep as I can.
Let
yeah.
the defense do the work. Oh, kind of like a squib kick. Oh, Ramblers might get the ball. Ooh, close, but
I think the Bucks do have
Ball
it there.
recovered by number 9,
yes.
Hunter Johnson.
Bucks
Yeah, that was
definitely-
super close
Will
though
be
because
Buck
it looked
ball on
like
the 30-yard line.
number 22 Jacob Hart was down there ready to dive on the ball, and if it was just a little bit farther maybe or a little shorter, that he would have been able to grab that ball and it would have been McBain ball at about, the 20-yard line. And that's great field position, again, to start off another offensive drive.
Another thing, it was probably going to take the Pine River to drive a couple minutes down the field. So, I mean, unless they get a couple quick plays.
Couple big, long plays.
Ramblers are sitting very pretty right now.
Yeah.
Number 9, Hunter Johnson, back in the game at quarterback. Ball snapped. Handed up. Oh, reversed to 89. 89 has a lot of green in front of him, who actually slips. And number 18, I'd say, made the tackle right there.
Mason tackle made by number 18, Landon Isengard.
Landon Isengard on the tackle there. I'd give him that tackle because he was there, and I think number 89 was trying to make a jump cut. Yeah, and Landon Isengard was just there, broke down, and was able to hit him.
Sometimes when you try making those moves, you can slip. And
yeah.
That's kind of what happened.
And later in the game, the dew has kind of settled onto the field, which does make it kind of extra slippery.
Number 9, back at quarterback. Ball is snapped, handed off to number 11, who gets tackled almost gets tackled right away.
Austin
but eventually
Farron
gets tackled by, who was that?
Number 42, Austin Farron. He was the first contact, and he just kept with the play and just kept it going. And he just kept running super fast on the play.
He almost made a really good play, but then he continued. Even though he made the mistake, missed a tackle, he kept on playing.
Yeah, he didn't quit and just throw a fit. He kept playing and ended up making, if he first would have hit him in the backfield, it would have been a loss of 3 probably.
Yeah.
But he kept with it, and he could have stopped, and they could have had a first down or something. But he kept with the play, and they only got about a yard a game.
Yeah, there's a lot of green in front of number 11, and I mean, without Austin, that's probably a first down, maybe even more.
Was
that a jet? That looked like kind of a jet action. And he gets about a couple yards, but it'll be 4th and about 8.
Number 5, Jericho Holmes, brought down by number 70, Henry Bass, and number 4, Logan Wagner.
That was a good play by number 4, Logan Wagner. He is a sophomore, but he does not get into the game very much. And that was just a great play and a way to stop him. And now that makes it a hard 4th down decision. Do
Number
they punt
9
or do they go for it?
He's going to punt the ball. Thomas Maloney deep. He kind of shanks it. And it will roll out of bounds about the 36 at the Ramblers.
At the Ramblers 36, yeah.
If I was the Ramblers, I mean, I'd probably just need the ball. I mean, I think if they take 3 knees, they'll be done.
Yeah.
It does look like the Ramblers are going to maybe run some plays, but, I mean, the game is pretty much over. Oh, it looks like a little bit of confusion between the quarterback and running backs. Eli Wilt will take it himself, and he'll get about back to the line of scrimmage, I'd say. Maybe a couple inches, but that's about it.
Keeper number 16, Eli Wilt, brought down.
Yeah, quarterback keeper there by number 16, Eli Wilt. And I just think there was a little bit of confusion on the play. Maybe the running back didn't hear or something. And he just wasn't able to get super far, and it brings up about 2nd and 9.
That is Jacob Hart's first time, as we said, really playing at running back this whole season, so we'll see. It does. No, I don't know what they're going to do.
I think I'd run a trap play.
They need the ball, and that will be the end of the game. They might have to do it one more time, but
I don't think they will because it is under 40 seconds. And just like that, McBain just won the game straight up. And they beat them this time, I think, by more than they did last time, by about 10 points. And they just like we said earlier, they did not play super good the first 21 minutes, but they just kept fighting, and finally the momentum gave, and the Boulder just kept rolling and carried out throughout the fourth quarter, and they were just able to finally win the game, and McBain Ramblers won 31-0.
Yeah, it was just a great game by the Ramblers. But we will meet you guys at
At Pine River Friday,
For the-
McBain versus Pine River.